But a legacy character is sort of the dream, you know, something that like many people have voiced that's been around, a Looney Tune, a Ninja Turtle, like
Yes, yes,
something like
yes.
that would be really fun.
Welcome to Watch Mojo's Poppin' the Culture, your weekly entertainment check-in. Me, you know me, I'm your ever-loving host with the most, Mojo. That's right, it's Mr. Hollywood himself, Matt Demers. We've got such an amazing show coming your way, as always. I'll be speaking with Adam McArthur. He's one of the voice actors in Jujutsu Kaisen, and as we'll find out, so much more anime. This guy's amazing. But first, we're jumping into it. Here's your Hollywood headlines. All right, everyone, we begin with the supersized expectations surrounding DC's latest film offering, Black Adam. With Warner Brothers Studios' DC Extended Universe in crisis mode, thanks to cancellations, delays, and flat-out bad PR, the hope is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson can stop the bleeding. Now, the movie was dealt a major blow a week before release in the form of a leaked post-credit scene. Let's just say a long-rumored seismic return appears to be true.
Who's gonna say it? I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, well, The Rock himself pretty much confirmed things in a red carpet interview, and heck, The Hollywood Reporter, they're revealing that Warner Brothers is actively seeking writers for what would be The Man of Steel 2.
We've all been fighting for this moment, so I will say this. Welcome home.
The question, of course, is does this leak hurt the film or just get people more excited? Well, here to share her hot takes is Watch Mojo's very own Phoebe DeJeux. Phoebe, we're starting with Black Adam. What are its chances of success with all that's gone down?
In terms of the leak, I know that like a leak can affect a movie's box office return, but in this case, I don't think it necessarily will because it's a post-credit scene and it doesn't give away a lot of the plot of the movie. And obviously, this could have been done intentionally by the movie studio in order to drum up the hype. And so I think that ultimately it won't affect the movie at all.
Sticking with the DCEU, Flash star Ezra Miller has pleaded not guilty to felony burglary charges stemming from their arrest last spring.
The Flash star was charged with felony burglary for allegedly going into a Vermont home and stealing several bottles of alcohol.
If found guilty, Miller could face a maximum of 26 years behind bars. Yikes. Warner Brothers, meanwhile, is likely holding their breath as the actor's $200 million budgeted Flash film is set to open just next year.
You changed the future. And you changed the past.
Now, Miller has stated in recent months that they were suffering some complex mental health issues and has begun ongoing treatment. They've also taken part in some Flash movie reshoots. But if he's convicted, Phoebe, I don't know how much use a prison phone can be in promoting a movie. So what says you? Is it too late for Ezra Miller to turn his career around?
Yeah, I think so. I think that like the allegations levied against Ezra Miller are extremely disturbing. It's just shocking all around. They canceled Batgirl for absolutely no reason. They could cancel The Flash.
Your kid was one of them, Dad. One of the best of the best.
All right, well, switching from one troubled actor to another, as Bill Murray is facing a wave of unflattering accusations.
Huge fan, Mr. Roker. All right, Tim, let's get out of here.
Yep, the 72-year-old actor is facing a slew of misconduct charges. This includes Gina Davis, who in her new memoir alleges that Murray sexually harassed and verbally abused her during the filming of their film Quick Change.
Bill Murray.
All right, can we just calm down a little, please?
Gina Davis.
Well, we'll never make the flight. We'll have to sail a raft to Fiji like Thor Heyerdahl.
Bill has been called out by the likes of Rob Schneider and even Seth Green, who says that Murray once threw him in a trash bin when Green was just a kid on the set of Saturday Night Live.
he dangled me over a trash can and he was like, the trash goes in the trash can. And I was screaming.
And most recently, an investigation into Bill Murray's on-set actions actually shut down the Aziz Ansari-directed film Being Mortal.
Bill was accused of inappropriate behavior with a female staffer.
Phoebe, is Bill Murray canceled?
So I think that Bill Murray has always had a reputation for being a cantankerous and difficult to work with actor. Even at the beginning of his career, he had a really famous feud with another notorious actor, Chevy Chase, while working on SNL. I think that Hollywood nowadays just people really want to see people have consequences for their actions.
Bill Murray had trouble with fellow castmates.
But you don't know who you're going to get. A nice Bill Murray? You're going to get the tough Bill Murray.
Okay, well, moving on to Netflix, as the streaming giant has unveiled its ad-supported tier, which will launch next month.
Here you are. The beginning. Your first step into the unknown.
Yep, after seeing its first ever drop in subscribers, the company announced that you can sign up for its so-called Netflix Basic with Ads plan for the low cost of $6.99 a month.
Want to play a game? It's your last chance to join.
Okay, so the ads will run between 15 and 30 seconds and play before and during series and movies on the site. Now, the good news is that you're not going to lose any HD capabilities, but the bad news, it will remove some of the available content. Phoebe, is this new Netflix plan with ads going to save customers, or is this just another sign that the Titanic is sinking?
Yeah, Netflix is in their flop era. From their overreaction to losing subscribers and now this paid subscription with ads, to me, it's just ridiculous. They've been putting out a lot of bad made-for-TV movies lately. I think it'll have the opposite effect that the executives think it might have.
But that's the thing about Netflix. You never really know what's next.
Okay, well, last for us on this week's Hollywood Headlines, Phoebe, is the horror movie is so twisted that it's causing people to fall ill in movie theaters everywhere. Sounds awesome.
Sir, what are you doing?
It wasn't me. He was covered in blood on his shirt and his hands when he got here.
The horror slasher sequel Terrifier 2, which centers on the resurrection of a sadistic clown, has caused many audience goers to pass out and, quote, puke in their popcorn.
And the whole...
Executive producer Steve Barton even posted an audience advisory for those planning to see it. Viewers beware, I guess. Phoebe, are you gonna watch this? Because I'm in.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to say that I absolutely love when movies do stuff like this, where they like drum up hype by taking like coincidental occurrences and making it seem like the movie did it. Like they did it with Amityville Horror, where Ryan Reynolds was like haunted when he was filming the movie, and then like everyone on Rosemary's Baby was cursed after. So this is like such a genius marketing strategy.
Please welcome Art the Clown.
Hey, Phoebe, thank you so much for bringing the fun today. Always a pleasure to have you break this all down.
Thank you so much for having me.
But I can't have you go anywhere because you know the deal. Me and you, there's a trip we got to take. The
Beyond
trip is
list.
beyond. All right, Phoebe, you know the deal. This is the part of the show where we dig deep in the vast archives of Watch Mojo. We pluck out a top 10 list. We go beyond the list. What the heck does that mean? It means me and you get to riff on it. Today should be fun because we are in spooky season, and I thought it was only appropriate that we talk about the 10 movie monsters with the highest kill counts. Yes, horror is all about the blood and guts, but who got the most victims in? Are you a horror movie fan? You said you'd want to see that other one.
No, I'm not a horror movie fan.
You're not at all?
Listen, I love a slasher movie,
okay.
Which I guess is considered horror. I love like a true crime that veers into like creepy territory.
There you go.
Flat out like paranormal horror movies I cannot absolutely
Oh,
cannot
okay,
do.
there you
I'll
go.
literally be institutionalized if I watch one. So
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of slashers on here because that's, I think that's where you get the most victims.
Yes.
Okay, so we're starting with a classic, and at only number 10. So let's see how much victims Chucky, the killer doll, has. I guess he can only kill so many people. He's just a doll after all, but man, I love me some Chucky.
Chucky. Okay, when I was a kid, we used to go to the movie rental store near my house, and I would to test my limits. I would walk through the horror section and look at the covers and get all scared. And Chucky is one that I guess it was like Child's Play or something. I could not get it out of my head, and I was so terrified, just like him with the knife.
Yeah, he did get a lot of kills in. I think Watch Mojo has it up to around 40 throughout the film franchise, so that's not bad for a little doll.
Not too bad, not too shabby.
Not too shabby there, Chuckster. What do you make of those other dolls that are killing people? Like Annabelle's the big one now, and there's even another one coming out.
Megan.
Yeah, that's right. That's Megan.
Yeah. I saw the trailer for that early in the morning. I get up and look right at my phone, which is the worst thing you can do. But anyway, so I'm looking through my phone and I see this trailer for this movie with this creepy doll and Allison Williams, and I'm like, oh my god, what is this? I watched the whole trailer. I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked.
Yeah.
Also, The Boy. Remember The Boy?
Oh, that's right. Bram or something? Yeah.
Brams or something.
Bram,
yeah. A lot of creepy doll movies. I think they're so effective because it plays on I think a primal fear in a lot of people of fear of dolls and creepy, things like that. But Chucky did it first, and Chucky's did it the best, baby.
He's the OG. I'm reminded rather of the Simpsons did one where there was a killer Krusty doll.
Oh my god, yeah.
It was one of the Halloween horror ones, and
it was scary.
They just had to flip the switch that it was on. It was on evil setting. I love that Simpsons. Yeah, Chucky's the OG. What do you remember this? Number 9 on our kill count list for movie monsters is Leprechaun. Do you remember Leprechaun?
Yeah, another one of those movies with the poster art that really scared me. I think that this is the funniest horror movie idea ever, and I cannot believe that Jennifer Aniston was in that movie.
That's right. Oh my god, I even forgot about that. Yes, I think that might have been one of her first, maybe even her first movie on screen.
It launched her to start.
From Leprechaun to Friends. Great. 51 kills, and guess what? Leprechaun even took his kill act to outer space.
Legendary art.
Okay, number 8, the Xenomorphs. Those killer aliens from the Alien franchise. That's one of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. I love Alien. And the second one too, Alien and Aliens.
Yes. Amazing movies. I watched them a couple of years ago for the first time, and it just blew my mind, the special effects and the practical effects and obviously the acting, but the character design for those aliens is... It's unbelievable. It's I feel it's so creative because typically we see the aliens with that weird head and they're green and everything, but the imagery in those movies it's so phenomenal.
That's right. So you nailed it. So the first one came out in 1979. Watch Mojo has their kill count at around 88. At 88. Do you think one of our writers went in and had to watch all the movies and
I wish they put a soundbite in that video that's those are rookie numbers. Got to get those numbers up.
They had a checklist and stuff. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Number 7. I think this might be cheating. Is this one cheating? It's dinosaurs from the Jurassic Park franchise. Now they're including all the dinosaurs. Not just one dinosaur, all the dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's
kind of a...
Chucky can't compare to several dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly. What do they have it at? About 100 or so. 180. 180.
That's not even that high for a bunch of prehistoric animals who target humans in these movies.
Yeah. The dinosaurs are, I guess you would consider movie monsters, though. They're the, once you all know what's going to happen, they're going to escape and terrorize people. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So good too. When I think back on Jurassic Park and watching that for the first time and being so shocked that it had been made so long ago, and the practical effects are some of the best ever. I think it really pioneered.
What's that one where he goes and Newman?
Newman, and he spits in his face.
Yeah.
So bad.
Poor Newman. Number 6, here we go with King Kong. Oh, I didn't know King Kong's kill count was that high. So here you go, King Kong, the King Kong franchise, went all the way back in 1933. I guess they put him on the loose. He's knocking down airplanes. He's throwing stuff at people, electrified barriers breaking down. Watch Mojo has his kill count at 211.
Holy crap. Well, you know what? I have a moral issue with calling King Kong a villain. He's a wild animal, and he didn't do anything wrong.
He killed 211 people. That's pretty bad.
I can forgive.
Number 5 here is Clover from Cloverfield. This is interesting. 2008, that first movie came out. I remember it was shrouded in mystery, and the adverts, you didn't know what it was about, but it was about this monster that went out and destroyed New York City. But apparently this Cloverfield monster guy got around with 118 kills.
Wow. That's less than King Kong. What's the criteria here?
Oh, wait a second. Yeah. I thought we were doing most kill counts. What is this?
Yeah, I guess it's like most iconic. Well, no, because King Kong would be more iconic. I don't know. It's interesting. There must be a reason.
There must be a reason. There must be a reason, but only 118 for this Clover guy. I don't know. Number 4 on our kill count list for movie monsters is the old Predator. This is timely because we just got that new Predator movie, which is also fantastic, called Prey. This is a great little franchise, right up there, I think, with the Xenomorphs. We've got them at around 120 kills.
I just watched the new one recently, and it is so damn good. It's just so damn good. The acting is so good. I love the concept. I thought that it was such a smart way to kind of tie into the universe, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
And that lead actress, man, she blew me away too.
Definitely. Amazing.
Okay, here we go. We're getting into some heavy hitters here. Godzilla, of course, number 3. I kind of thought Godzilla might be number 1. He stomped on all kinds of people. Apparently he stomped on a whole whopping 571. Those are the ones that he killed, 571. Well, he destroys buildings and all kinds of stuff too.
Yeah.
But Godzilla is probably the movie monster to beat all movie monsters. What do they call him? The king of monsters. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
King of the monsters.
I can't stop thinking about the fact that you said that someone may have looked through these movies and counted.
They had
I'm
to,
like,
yeah.
How? So let's say if there's a building that's destroyed by Godzilla, I think we could reasonably assume that there's probably 2 people in every room. Are we doing the math here? Are we
somebody did. Some
odds?
poor Watch Mojo writer had to sit down, and we've done a lot of these kill count lists, so that they must have been up all night.
Oh my god.
Carry the 2. Let me estimate that train. I think I saw how many seats were there. Yeah.
Oh,
probably
I love that.
Researching.
So sad.
Trains in Japan, how many passengers are in it? This is a whole thing. Someone put a lot of work into this. Because they said 571. So
that's a really specific number.
That's specific. Could have said 570, 571. Here we go with number 2. This is interesting. Oh, wow. I never would have paid this. I guess now that I think about it, the Death Angels in A Quiet Place.
Yeah. I guess we are talking percentages because there's only 2 movies, so there must have been a high percentage of kill per movie.
Yeah.
But I really like those movies. I find it so funny that we have directors who got their start in comedy. Jordan Peele is one of them, and then John Krasinski now is one of them, where he directed A Quiet Place Part 1 and 2 and starred with his wife Emily Blunt. But no, they're really good movies. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. By the way, if you're looking for the number here for The Quiet Place, apparently it's our Watch Mojo writer has estimated it's in the billions. It was a worldwide catastrophe when these guys came down to destroy. So in the billions, they couldn't, in good conscience, tally everyone in the world. They just went off of the news reports that were in the movie.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Number 1. Well, okay. Do you think this is cheating too? Our number 1? It's Death from the Final Destination franchise. What do you think? As a movie monster, I don't know. I guess, you know what? In those movies, that is the monster. That is the bad guy.
It is the bad guy.
That's the one that chases you and tries to get you. But Death, there you go. Do you watch these ones? Because I have a favorite of the franchise. I think there's I don't even know how many. There's been a lot. But
yeah.
You watch?
Yes. When I was a teenager, me and my friend, we decided to do a movie marathon and watch all the Final Destination movies up until that point. And it was so fun. I thought that they were so Like, they're so funny. Like, they're really
Yeah.
funny. I think the first one's the best one. What's the one where the girls get in the tanning bed? That's the first one, right?
I think so.
That
yeah,
made me avoid tanning beds forever. And, you know, that's good for your skin too. So they taught me a good lesson.
Number 2 with the logs. They're behind the truck with the logs.
Oh my God. Every time I'm driving on the highway and I'm
Right?
driving near a car or a truck that has the logs, I'm passing it, baby. I'm passing it.
I can't. That scene with the log, unbelievable.
That
Still-
also happened in The Descent. Remember?
yeah, The
That's
Descent.
like the impetus for the trip that they take. That happens to her husband and her child in The Descent.
There you go. Stay away from those log trucks. Phoebe, thank you so much for helping me talk this horror movie monster kill counts. Always a great time with you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, everybody, let's keep the fun coming. It's time for our Mojo Chat of the week. He's a voice actor. He's an actor. He's an improviser, an entrepreneur. Hey, look who it is. It's Adam McArthur. Hey, Adam, how are you?
What's up? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's always fun to talk to these, what I want to call anime stars, because our audience loves them some anime. And it's a world. Yeah, it's a world that I really dig as well. Well, let's start. What are you in now? What are people going to be familiar with you at this time in anime?
Okay, so probably the biggest title is going to be an anime called Jujutsu Kaisen. I voiced a character named Yuji Itadori in that. The main protagonist in that series won the Crunchyroll 2020 Anime of the Year and all this good stuff. It's got a lot of hype. It's everywhere. It's blowing up. It's blowing my mind.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
That show was Anime of the Year. That won like a thing
in 2020. Yeah. So Crunchyroll does their annual anime awards, and the whole season hadn't even been out yet, and it won Anime of the Year for 2020. So pretty wild stuff.
That's how you know it's good. But you were gonna say you're in other anime as well. You're not just
Yeah. So I voiced a character named Chifuyu Matsuno in an anime called Tokyo Revengers, which is kind of gaining popularity right now. I voiced a villain in My Hero Academia, a guy named Trumpet, who showed up in season 5, part of the Meta Liberation Army. Gosh, there's so many actually. I just had a film come out, a G-Kids film called Goodbye Donglees. It was a sort of an indie anime film that did the festival circuit throughout Japan and Europe and stuff like that. I voiced a kid named Roma in that, one of the leads on that movie, which was really cool. So yeah, I mean, the anime stuff's blowing up. It's crazy.
The anime world is fascinating to me because there's so much quality stuff out there. What's a recommendation, Adam? If you're going to throw out someone that's, maybe they haven't caught up, maybe they're not up to date on what's good, what's out, and they want to see something. What would you recommend?
Are you wanting current, or are you wanting like classic, like good?
Whatever you want. Throw it at us.
Okay, to me, this is a very underrated anime. It's amazing. I loved it, and the dub is also fantastic for the dub watchers out there. Noragami. Noragami is my recommendation. Highly recommend.
People are gonna put that on their
Write
list.
it down.
How did you get into this, the anime world, or the voiceover world, I should say? How did was this something you always wanted to do, or I talked to people that it just kind of happened and
fell into it?
The snowball effect happened.
No, for voiceover specifically, there's two things I always wanted to do when I was a kid. One was kung fu, and one was doing cartoons. So yeah, I've loved cartoons since I was a kid. I grew up in the 80s, so like the Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joe and Transformers and all those OG 80s cartoons, and then heavily influenced. I mean, I'm sure you can see behind me, I'm heavily influenced by like the 90s stuff. I got my Batman Beyond up there and things like that. But yeah, I just always wanted to. So I started taking an acting class when I was 16. The teacher of my class, or the owner of the school, was a voice actress, and she had done a bunch of stuff on Sesame Street, knew the local agents. I grew up in San Francisco area, so she knew like the local agents, got me an agent. First audition was for voiceover stuff, and ever since then I was hooked. So yeah, I've been at it for a while.
Your favorite Ninja Turtle is?
Dang it, Michelangelo. I mean, it's easy.
Yes.
I say dang it, not because it's a hard question.
It's Michelangelo.
It's Michelangelo, but I love Donnie as well. I love Donnie as well.
You know what? I ask this question a lot, and people give me the Raphael. They like the bad boy, because I guess Raphael kind of goes against the grain a lot. But Michelangelo is just like the ever loving party dude, and plus he's got the best weapon. He's got the nunchucks.
Yeah, you know, arguably requires the most skill to use. So
that's right. Saying. That's probably why Splinter gave it to him, so he could
calm down.
Concentration. Yeah.
Exactly. Do
you have like a dream role that you would let's put it out in the universe? If you could voice a character, maybe not a character, maybe it's in a show. What's your dream, Adam? If you were to do your voice performance
it would be Ninja Turtles.
Oh, would it?
Yeah, it would definitely be Ninja Turtles. Yeah, Ninja Turtles, or I mean, honestly, like kind of at this point in my career, I've had success in different little avenues of voiceover. I've been on a Disney show, been a protagonist in an anime, I've been the voice of a channel, I've ticked off some fun boxes. But a legacy character is sort of the dream, you know, something that like many people have voiced that's been around, a Looney Tune, a Ninja Turtle, something like that would be really fun.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this other fun show that you're on, the Star versus the Forces of Evil. This was fun. Yeah. You were a character on this?
Yeah. So I voiced a character named Marco Diaz. There's two leads, a guy and a girl. And he's best friends to the girl lead, Star Butterfly, who's a princess from another dimension who comes to Earth to basically like grow up and learn. And it's sort of like a foreign exchange student type thing where she comes and then she ends up staying with Marco's family. And he's the safe kid, the by the books rule follower, and she turns his world upside down. So yeah, it was amazing. That show, I booked that show in 2013. It started airing in 2015. It was at the time a very rare thing for any Disney show that was like a original series to go more than 2, maybe 3 seasons. And Star versus the Forces of Evil got 4 seasons. So we had a nice run on Disney, and it ended in 2019. And man, I meet people all the time because I go to conventions a lot for Jujutsu Kaisen, and people still love this series. It's like becoming a classic for Disney fans.
I feel like that's the thing too with the animation, is that these shows, even though the series could end like, I don't know, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, whatever it is, I mean, you still watch it. They still, depending if it's too timely or not, but they'll still hold up. Like I can watch, we talk about Ninja Turtles, I can watch those old like
totally
from the 80s and the, you know, Batman the animated series. Come on, if that's on, I'm watching it because it just still holds up. So the animation in particular, I feel like it lasts the test of time as opposed to some live action stuff. Speaking of live action stuff, are you, so is it just the voice that does the acting, or do you go
does the everything do the acting?
Does everything go in?
So when I first moved to Los Angeles, and even before when I lived up in San Francisco, I had done a ton of on-camera. I had done some movies, and I had done a ton of on-camera commercial work. I always say like the path that has opened and really been like clear before me of the route to go has been voiceover. It's just where I'm busiest right now. But I do still pursue on-camera stuff. I've got a great short film coming out soon that I'm not allowed to talk about, which is annoying, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. But it's based on a comic book IP from an indie comic book creator. It's sort of got like, let's say like John Wick meets superheroes kind of vibe to it. And I've done martial arts my whole life. So this project was really fun because I kind of got to be martial arts adjacent to the people actually doing it. I play a villain in it, which is kind of fun. And then, yeah, I have another project that's going around to some short film festivals called The Pickup. And it's basically about an Uber driver who picks up a Russian spy and then gets in a car chase and has to still help her deliver the package. And I'm Joe, the Uber driver. So, yeah. So, you know, I still kind of do everything.
Okay, what do you find is easier? Because I feel like some people would be like, oh, voice acting's got to be easier. You just talk. But I feel like that's a whole other thing when you're acting. You know, you can get in character, you can use your body movements, but it's a voice. It's very specific. What's the easiest on your end?
I think that is more of like a project to project question. Because some VO stuff you can walk in, not know anything, and it's just you've done it a bunch. Like I'm familiar with like what is going to be required of me technically, so I can deliver, and it's not hard. However, there are some very nuanced moments that when you're just voice acting and it's you on the mic and you're really trying to convey like the depth of some emotion, that can be very, very difficult. On camera stuff, I would say feels more tedious. Like in a voiceover session, it's like max 4 hours. So for that part of it, it's easy, you know. But when you're on a film set for 12 hours and it's like the end of the day and you're just like they're shooting only your hand and you're not lifting your hand correctly, that kind of stuff is like, all right, like let's get on with it. But you know, yeah. So I would say on camera can be more difficult solely because of how tedious it is.
Absolutely. No, I think so. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. And people always think like shooting like TV and movies and commercials, everything's so glamorous, but no, it's so tedious. There's, like you said, so much waiting around. Yeah, I mean, I definitely fantasize about being on any kind of Marvel movie. You know, these like big tentpole action Marvel movies. And then when you really think about it, though, it's like, you know, how many times did he have to pick up that hammer? That, you know, or like step into frame in that hero pose? It's probably a lot more than we think. It's probably quite a bit. Okay, before we go, I like to ask this question. This is always a little bit of fun because people, when you're watching stuff at home, you like to prepare a little something, a little snack, a little drink, maybe something. What are you gonna pair with your anime series, Jujutsu Kaisen? What's the pairing? What's someone's to cook something up and sit down and watch?
Yeah. So before I sit down and watch an episode of JJK, I'm definitely going to have a boba run. I'm going to go to my favorite boba shop here in LA. I'm going to pick up a honey green tea, 70% sweet with boba. And if I'm feeling crazy, I'll also get lychee jelly. Okay. So the drink there covered, come back home. And I'm probably going to make, look, I'm a little fancy with it. I'm probably going to make a charcuterie board. Charcuterie and boba and anime. What more could you ask for? I'm classy like that.
I can't wait for our little viewing party. if I get invited.
Nice. Season 2, I'm telling you, we'll have a big party.
Amazing. Adam, this has been a blast. Thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this edition, everybody. Big thanks going out to Phoebe DeJeux, always bringing the fun, and of course, Adam McArthur, such a cool guy. And hey, big thanks going out to you for watching and listening. I've been Mr. Hollywood. Till next time, keep popping that culture.